Hi there, Aquarius. Welcome to my channel. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your reading for the week of November 1st through 6th of 2021. So, not even got the cards out or anything yet, but it just feels like an amazing week. And so let's see if your reading is as good as what it feels just at a little short little feeling first. We'll see how it goes. So this is a general reading, which means that some parts of it you may feel they don't quite apply to you. That's okay. Take what resonates, leave the rest. It's just for somebody else. Okay, so we just need one more card. Here, there it is. Okay, so yeah, wow, this looks good. So looks like this week is going to bring about some change. Oh, sorry, knocked into the camera. So positive change in particular, right? So it does feel just like a great week, a very upbeat, like you just feel good this week, and it doesn't even necessarily make sense. It doesn't mean that there's been all kinds of stuff that's happened that feels good. It just means that you feel good no matter what stuff is going on. That's what it feels like. And so for some of you, it feels like it's not necessarily that you're that up, it's that you have been down, and now it's like coming up for air. And I feel some like fear or whatever, prediction almost on your part that, oh, this good feeling won't last. I think you get to kind of decide that. And so sometimes there's external forces, things like medical conditions and stuff like that, that make you think you are not in control of how you feel. But your angels are saying, no, you have a lot more control over that than you realize. And so this positive change that's coming about, partly it's coming about from external forces, but a lot of it is coming because you have brought it about. And so it's a product of your positive thinking that has brought this. So now I can hear some of you saying, I haven't been thinking positive. Well, you have at times, and that has been enough to bring something good to you. That's what they're saying. So that's amazing. Good for you. Good for you. So, so some of you are moonlighting, or you're thinking about moonlighting. So that is when you have, your usual day activity or job or whatever, and you do a little extra something on the side, usually to earn more money, sometimes because you enjoy doing it, stuff like that. And so it's good timing. It's good timing to do that. Moonlighting actually is usually quite a flexible thing, right? Because you do it in your spare time. It's not like you're a full-time day job, right? You do it in your spare time when you can, when it works for you, right? And so it feels very flexible. It feels very enjoyable. Sometimes some of you're kind of tired, right? Because you have your day job. So you're kind of tired, and it's hard to really get going on the evening thing, but you can do it. If you have a goal, some reason, that you're earning extra money for something or other, then it's a little easier to put in the effort and the time, right? When you have that goal. So, and so your angels are not saying to deliberately go out and do this. They're saying that if you've already been thinking it, then yeah, it's a good thing for you. It doesn't mean that every one of you is going to want to do this. So take that how it resonates for you. If you have a goal, again, like I said, usually financial, then that's something moonlighting would assist with, then you can definitely do that. But so there's something about getting the word out, It doesn't have to be hard, is what I'm hearing. You tell a few people, and they tell a few people, it can often be the way it is. But, that calls upon your personal connections, right? And so, so the more you do that, the more connections you have, the easier it will be to kind of like spread the word about what you're trying to do in your spare time. Yeah, okay. So what situation is going on in your life right now that you feel like you know what's going on, but somehow you're not quite sure? You're correct. It's your intuition telling you that. It's signs. It's things that you've seen that make you think whatever that is about that situation, and you're seeing it correctly. So, there's such a huge range of things that this could be. They're just kind of saying don't even talk about anything specific that this could be. It could be just about anything in the world, right? So whatever it is, like in your life, feel around in your life and see what is that thing that you're reading a situation, but you're not quite sure that you've got it right. Well, you do. You've got it right. Your intuition's pretty bang on usually. It takes some work to develop it completely, and I can't even say it's work. It takes some being deliberate and noticing things on purpose, right? Without chasing it. It's a balance. But so to develop your intuition and to learn how to trust it, right? So it feels like you're still learning how to trust it, but you can trust it. You're getting the right impression of this. It feels, for some of you, it feels kind of like a no big deal. It's just a little fringes of your life thing, just something that you've kind of been wondering about. And what it is actually brought to you on purpose to confirm your trust, to confirm that you can trust your own intuition, your own knowledge of things, right? And then there's, everything all up till there's some of you who this situation, you're finding it hurtful for you. And there are solutions, is what I'm being told. Communication, like full, complete, open lines of communication is going to really help. That's kind of where they're stopping, but they're saying there are solutions. Okay, because it feels like you have resistance to the communication. Like there's other people, maybe just one, maybe more. There's other people involved in this, and maybe some of them also are stuck with the communication, and it feels like that's kind of triggering you to say, well, fine, to hell with you then, that kind of attitude. And so, if that's where you're at, then that's where you're at. But be aware that you can evolve and you can change and you can get to the point where you're, the adult kind of in the situation, and that you can initiate things and have perseverance in order to create a solution. Okay. All right. That was a long explanation for that. Okay. All right. And quit complaining. Quit complaining. When you sit there and in your mind or in your conversation or whatever, when you're just complaining about a situation, it does not help. Right. All you're doing is making it bigger. You're putting more focus on it than it wants or than it needs. And there's no need. Like, you're making it bigger than what it actually is. And partly you're doing that to try and justify feeling the way you do about it. Right. But you need to just stop. Because where your focus, where your attention goes, that's where energy goes. And so you're giving it more energy than it deserves. So when you change that and put your focus on where you want it, then that's what you create more of, right? So, for example, maybe there's somebody in your life who has disappointed you in some way, and they're doing their best too. So where they're at has nothing to do with you. It affects you, but it's not caused by you or anything within you, right? It's caused by what's in the other person. But so, if you're sitting there always focusing upon their faults, then you're going to notice more of their faults, and they're going to, it's whether you're noticing them more or whether the person is displaying them more or both, right? That will be the effect of it. But if you're focusing on their good points and pointing those things out and really noticing them and really appreciating those good points, then that's what you will notice more of, and potentially that's what they will display more of, right? So focus on the abundance. Focus on the awesome stuff, the part that feels good. Yeah. Okay. And, you can take charge. There's nobody saying that you can't take charge of your own life and your own situation and your own feelings about your life and your situation. You're the one in charge. Excuse me, I have to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. So it feels like that is somebody's release, like somebody suddenly went, oh my God, I used to know that. I used to take charge, and I've been forgetting. Yeah. It's your life. You're the one responsible for your life and how you live it and how you feel about it. So I was about to say, get busy. That's kind of my saying. That's not something that the angels say. But it is, well, not usually. But it is, like, it's not even a busyness thing. There's action to be taken. It's also a switch in perspective, to how you're seeing your world. For some of you anyway. But, there is stuff to do. You don't have to scurry around frantically, quickly, desperately doing stuff. But you do have to decide. You have to make a decision. If you don't like parts of your life the way it is right now, change it. Take the steps to change it. If the finances are lacking, well, do the moonlighting. If you're complaining, stop it. Use words and thoughts of abundance. Those are things you can do. And then take steps towards the opportunities that are given to you in response to this focusing on the good stuff. You're the one who determines that. It feels like something is holding you back, and it's almost like for some of you it's another person or their attitude or kind of like you're expecting them to provide something, but they're not, and now you're stuck being upset that they are not providing, instead of just getting busy and providing yourself, right? Like that's how this is feeling. For some of you, it's not another person. It's I'm not sure exactly. It's fatigue, and that you've done so much for so long, and now you're tired, and wow, do you still really have to be doing this? That's kind of what it is, and that's what's been stopping you. There's other scenarios too. That's just kind of what I'm getting at this moment. But you're the one in charge. So if you don't like it, then switch something up. It can be a tiny little thing first. But do it. This is really a very positive reading, very empowering reading. I just love that message for you. Okay, so we have the daily guidance cards. Let's ask your angels for one last bit of wisdom. Okay, cleanse and detoxify. Eat the good food, not the processed food. Make sure you're drinking lots and lots of water. Somebody's kind of constipated, so you need lots of water and maybe some psyllium or something like that to get things going again and get everything cleansed in there. And yeah, lots of vegetables, organic if possible, is what they're saying, so that you're not taking in those chemicals and pesticides and stuff. What else? There's a habit you have. It's a candy or something, and you need to reduce that. Is how it feels. Feels like, honestly, it feels like shooty pokey things up in your brain from candy, from sugar, from something like that. That's like, they just gave me that. That's weird. I've never experienced that before. They've never given me that kind of message before. Okay. Eat well and drink lots of water and cleanse your bowel is what they're saying. Okay. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And I want you to know that I love you. And I will see you next week.